All right, we're into this action right here. Lower finals, all the marbles on the line. I mean, this is elimination right here, Faye, and we're getting ready to find out, you know, who's securing that ticket to the grand finals against Zeta and securing that second place spot and the $100 for that second place. So, ban on split comes through from Gentle Minions here, which is interesting. We haven't gotten that ban on Sunset or Lotus. It's going to be split. Breeze definitely from Rendezvous here. They've been banning it the entire tournament, but his first pick, I think you're going to be right. There it is. Ascent. Okay.
Alrighty. And then does the Sunset pick come out?
Oh.
No.
So we're going to be seeing Icebox. Oh, so Gentle Minions banned Sunset second. So we're getting Icebox here from Rendezvous, and honestly, I know they were toying with the thought of doing this, but I mean, I was so surprised personally to see this, you know, actually go into fruition after GM didn't ban their two best maps here, and Lotus is going to be the decider. Now, Faye, what this means in this map veto actually is that Ascent, a map that Rendezvous have struggled on time and time again. I think, you know, it looked decent, you know, early in the tournament, but I think it started to become a little plateaued over time. You know, they have a bit of a chance there, but if they have a really good prep on Icebox, which we've only seen Gentle Minions play once this whole event, I'm pretty sure, then this map veto is looking pretty good in favor of Rendezvous.
I agree. I think I'm a little confused about what happened, right? Because we talked about, okay, they're either gonna ban the Sunset or try to force the Sunset. Yeah. And so they didn't ban it, so you'd think, okay, they're gonna try to force the Sunset, but then they banned it second time. So I'm a little confused about like what their strategy was there.
Yeah. And I definitely think here the Icebox pick is very unexpected from Gentle Minions. So with that prep coming through and going to Lotus third map, I mean, Gentle Minions have shown some really good things on Lotus though. As someone that watched their Lotus back in the VODs, I'm a huge fan of how Gentle Minions play Lotus. It's honestly a treat to watch. They play around the fade a lot. There's a lot of, you know, mid-round information they gather, and they're so dynamic on the map. And that's one of my favorite ways to see that map played, right? You can't be slow with it, especially on defense. And, you know, we see them time and time picking for that information, going for picks, you know, and getting that mid-round aggression. But Rendezvous on the flip side, you know, they went down to Ultralight the first time they played Lotus in this tournament, and then the second time that they played it against Ultralight, you know, they completely dominated them. So Rendezvous have shown where their resilience can come from in making a map like that look really good. So if we do get to that third map of Lotus, I think it's going to be very close, but I have a feeling that Rendezvous can take it over the edge.
I definitely agree. I think Lotus is a strong map for Rendezvous. I think it's going to be a fun map to watch regardless. I think both teams are going to do great. You just have to wait and see. Yeah.
And both teams nice and banterous in the chat here in game. It looks like we're waiting to get into the matchup here, but I'm excited to see this. Rendezvous starting on defense as well. So Gentle Minions on Ascent, looking to set the pace of the game. And here it is. All right, Wild Ray on Chamber, no surprise there. Vision on the Sova so far.
So at first we were seeing some pretty standard comps on the side of GM. I think they may be covering some troll agents right now, but I think we're going to see a default comp once the end of agent select comes. Ooh, the Yoru.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Yoru on Rimuru, that doesn't surprise me too much. Now on Ascent, maybe a little bit, but it doesn't surprise me too much because he's played this on Sunset. And I think we've seen a lot of different comps on Sunset by Rendezvous this whole tournament. And they keep it very dynamic. That's one of the nice things about that squad is, you know, making changes. So this Yoru on Ascent doesn't surprise me too much. He played it very well. But on the side of Gentle Minions, this is starting to shape out to be a very interesting comp. I agree with you, it's probably going to be standard, but...
Hovering the chamber, manifesting their inner Wild Ray.
Yep, that Jet's probably going to come right on through. Okay.
I agree. I'm interested to see how this plays out because, like, previously with Rendezvous on Ascent, you know that Ascent is a pretty like typical map, right? It's the base map where everyone kind of plays it the same. And with Rendezvous, they stick to that core of how to play the game. However, it's usually, you know, Wild Ray lurking, and it's pretty obvious, right? You see him on one side of the map, you pretty much know that the team's on the other side.
Yep.
I do know that you said, you know, someone was yelling at him a little bit about that. So I'm hoping that we see some switch up in the play style today.
Yeah.
Because I would hate for like that predictable. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but
Pattern.
Yeah. That pattern. I hope that doesn't set them back today.
Yeah, no, that's an incredible point. I think that was a criticism that most teams, and definitely us on this analyst desk, had of that squad. It was very predictable. We know Wild Ray is going to go for that lurk. We know the rest of the team is probably somewhere else. Now, we saw that style change a lot, specifically on Sunset, when they played this exact comp, I think, actually. Yeah, except the year where they had the Sova. Yeah, so they played a very similar comp to this, except the KO was Raze. I noticed that the change that they started to make is utilizing that Yoru, throw the gate crash on the other side of the map, take a fight with the chamber, and try to simulate a little, you know, harder pressure towards that site. So I think Rendezvous have an idea coming later into this tournament of how to, you know, change that style and switch up the pattern that they're used to giving teams. And hopefully that's what they're looking for here in this series against Gentle Minions, because 100% Gentle Minions, you know, they're a prep-heavy team, and they know the patterns. So, yeah.
I'm excited. I do think well, one map that's different, like from how they play the Sunset, is Bind. Like every time that we see them play Bind, they play it the exact same way. So I honestly, from Gentle Minions perspective, I would have gone for a Bind pick, just because the way that Rendezvous they play it the same way every single time that they play it.
Yep.
We are already seeing
goodness.
With Wild Ray not low stacking a site.
Yep. So here it is. Knife gonna come right on through nice and early. The flash came through to get him towards this peak, towards B main, but it's all of Gentle Minions here. And there it is, the first peak comes through and Wild Ray goes down, but there's 2 shots there from Rumuru. Oh my goodness. He gets 3 on the round already. And what a way to start this pistol.
Hey.
Wow. The damage is done, and we instantly reset here. And look at them playing together towards this mid. There's Illvision going for the peak. Doesn't go his way, but Foe.
Come on. The last one.
Wow.
The comms
Pistol
come
here.
through. The Cypher's 1 HP. And he's on site for free.
There it is. Pistol by Rendezvous.
Wow. Rimuru, like getting those 3 picks. That's insane. Kind of disappointed on the side of Gentle Minions, because what were they doing? How do you have 5 people pushing the same area and you lose 3 to 1 person? It looks like... Okay, so they're going to be pushing mid this round, which is a risky play sometimes whenever you're on that eco. Oh, and they're being held by the Marshal.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Marshall's been a really good pick during rounds like this, but you see Rumuru, he's already invested into the Vandal in the second round too. Throwing out the decoy there. For some more peaks, but right now the game plan for Rendezvous, play together. Look for the information. Always at least having 2 ready for the trades.
Absolutely, and I think that that's a great way to play it as well. You don't want to give them guns.
Last player standing.
Knights grabbing those Ecros. Serenity. Left all by her, Lonesome.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Again, you see them sticking together here, not trying to give up the guns, but goes there, doesn't peek the corner, but there it is, Wild Ray to clean it up. And 3 left standing for Rendezvous, so not too bad.
Knight's missing that corner check. You always have to check your corners.
Yep.
Oh no. I mean, not a bad eco from Gentle Minions. And they did get their picks. I really liked, like, toward the middle to endish of that round, we saw Knights come over and Rimuru drop the Vandal to him. Definitely a good idea, I think, because Rimuru was 1 HP.
Yes, this should
I like to see that, you know.
Here.
And right now, we see a nice heavy default here from Gentle Minions. They're looking to find out, where does the aggression come from? What mistakes can we force out of Rendezvous? We know they like to get aggressive. We know Rimuru on that Yoru is looking for picks early in the game. We know Wild Ray likes to play off angles, and they're looking for where that's coming from. And right now, look at how much they're playing together on the side of Rendezvous. They understand going into this. This is a bonus round. We're going to try to stack the bodies together a little bit more and not give up any early picks. So, playing behind this one as the attention shifts right on over towards this B site. And Rimuru going to have to break that drone there. Position towards Logs, but doesn't break it. Rimuru, wait! He gets 2 through the cage there? Marshall in hand, looking for the peek, and he does get it. It's 1 for Foe there, and Anguish to follow right on up, and the bodies just drop. And right now it's Rimuru. He's got the Vandal in hand.
30 seconds left.
Yep, there he is. They know where he's at. Gonna go plant A here.
I'll handle this.
Did he spot him? He did.
10 seconds left.
Oh, he's looking for it. It's awkward, but Anguish gets out of it. Right now, we've got a 1-2 situation here. Handle in hand, gonna have to find this very quickly, and this would be a crazy bonus to get on the side of Rendezvous if they can, and the flick comes right on through, and there's a third on the round. Storch, he's pushed up here, but Rimuru, he's very aware of the possibility, and right now you see him clearing all the angles as Storch starts to close in behind him, and it is planted for him. Probably expecting the attention to be towards main, and he's closing in on the heaven position, and there it is. The timing is perfect from Storch.
Wow. That was played so well.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, Rimuru getting so many guns out there, it was perfect. Like, that alone is a really good round for them bonusing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad that they lost that. I think that was great all around. Great job to Gentle Minions, you know, pulling out their first round on the board. I think Storch played that perfectly.
Three suppressed.
And this time, Wild Ray looking to play onto the site. He gets spammed there. Very aware of the positioning of that Rendezvous ability. And you see them starting to close into the site too. Rendezvous stalling out the time really nicely here, but Flash finally comes through and they get onto the site. And Wild Ray goes right on down. Looks like Rumor wants to follow up, but Knights from the door is able to take down 2 himself. And that evens out the amount of man on both sides. Paranoid to come through to activate things going into this Owl drone. Getting the tag here. It's going to have to be careful here. The cam not spotted yet, but they're very aware of this under positioning. And the fight's going to have to be taken, and Foe does. Takes him right on down, and Storch with the dart right through. Scans onto 1, but he's going to go for the ultimate here. Takes the first one down, takes right out of it because he knows the swing is coming through. There's the second. He's looking for it onto Illvision, and there's the 4th. A clutch there from Storch.
Wow. Yet again, a beautiful round from Storch.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, that definitely hurt Rendezvous. They're going into an eco round here. I do think that would usually mean that we're gonna see them, you know, being aggressive. But it looks like we're just getting a gamble stack on B.
Beat them back.
It's a different for them, but I like it.
Yeah, this is a pretty usual style from Rendezvous we're used to as well. putting a lot of trust into Wild Ray here to hold one half of the site as they're on this eco. Rest of the body stacked up on B, but look at how aware Gentle Minions are of this setup, though. See, that's why they're taking this mid space here, and they catch out Wild Ray. And Knights playing over here towards Market, waiting for the contact to come through, and Rimuru, he spots the peek towards the right side. And that does confirm where some of the information is, but they want to progress onto this. And right now, Gentle Minions being very methodical about it. The flash comes through, but he's playing anti. So far, all boxes checked off, and they're playing it very smart. Bodies start to fall, and still 5 standing for the side of Gentle Minions. Flash comes right on through, and the fake out wasn't enough, and there it is. A flawless from Gentle Minions, and the eco starts to stack up here.
So we saw a very uncharacteristic whiff from Foe there. I mean, I think the Gentle Minions played that very smart. You know, going mid whenever there was that eco on the board and just figuring out, you know, where's the stack at. So that was great. I want to see Rendezvous get a little more active. I think they're playing very passive right now. I think Rimuru obviously is getting his peaks occasionally, but other than that, no one else is getting active.
Looks like we have a very fast play over here towards A. As Luck, tip of the spear on this one, does dash right on through. Null command. Stop all abilities. Nail Vision's looking for that spam, but he's getting counter spam. Down to 30 HP there. Gonna make it a lot harder for him to be a pivotal piece in going into this retake, but Wild Ray getting one there does help things out, but Juan with the trades back and forth, and Rimuru looking to get on site here and put a wrench into things, and he does. There it is, taking the first one down, and that's Anguish. Tap onto the spike, looking for the tree position. And you see Ill Vision want to try to protect him here towards tree, and it's not enough in the meantime. And Rimuru, they spot him off here. He's gonna have to go for the reload, and right now the stall is just too powerful from Gentle Minions. Goes on to the tap once again. Serenity goes for the peek, and here it is. He's on to the spike. Juan's gonna have to get down there pretty soon. He jumps down to go for it, but trying to stick the bomb, and Juan gets the head tap. And there it is. And I like the effort there from Rimuru, but
it's the least we can do.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good, picking up Serenity there. Just unfortunate, you know, he had to beat time there. Yet another round that definitely hurts to lose for the side of Rendezvous. I think, you know, that null command is gone, right? So they can get aggressive. They can put up a one-way. I have not seen the A main one-way yet, right? And that's like such a staple for taking space.
Yep.
I'll handle this. Here.
Yeah, definitely not too much space just being controlled here, but Rimuru going for a play here right now. See him, he's got a judge in his hand. The flash comes right on through from his teammate there, the KO. He's got the judge in hand, but Storch goes for the peek, and he gets one, he's able to get out. And that is the value that Rendezvous is able to get out of that Yoru pick time and time again. Just able to go for those fights there
One enemy remaining.
out of the dimensional rift. And as the peaks all come through, Wild Ray getting 2 of his own, it leaves Juan in a 1v5. Flash coming through, trying to go for the peek there, Vandal in hand. He knows it's a bit of an eco here, but the flawless comes right on through from Rendezvous, and what a good clap back into that one.
That was beautiful. Like that is the kind of thing that I want to see from them. Let's see what do we have. We have our KO. We have that retake. We have, you know, Ominal. I think Foe definitely uses it a lot more passively from what I've seen. We have Tour de Force, not needed yet. And then obviously, you know, GM is on their eco. We do have 1 hero rifle on the board.
Yep. In the hands of Juan too. Luck so far having a pretty quiet game, but you know, Gentle Minions are known for that slightly slow start, so looking to heat up into this one, Sheriff in hand. Nonetheless, we do have some presence over here towards mid. Knights looking to make a flash play, but gets forced off of the angle. And right now, once again, it's a very methodical play. Nice and slow from Gentle Minions. Looking to make an approach towards this A site. Find out what the off peaks are, but Wild Ray, he gets caught out in the open.
I mean,
There's that mid round.
Revealing area.
No vision. He was in a position to slightly slow this one down towards B main, but Storch recovering yet another kill with that Sheriff. And even the presence over here towards main. Serenity's right behind them. Come out of the smoke here, but the pressure's on both sides. It's not enough.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. A flawless thrifty.
Yep.
That's insane. I mean, that was a great round. I think I'm a little confused, right, on A site. So on A site, we had Yoru jumping around and Chamber just standing out in the open. You know, not ideal positioning for the middle of a round. But, you know, learn from it, move on. But I'm more confused, I think, from the Sova and the Omen. So they were rotating off of B whenever the B hit came through.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. What has happened there? The Cypher not aware of the peak coming through, and once again Rimuru making that solo play, but he's able to on that Yoru, just getting out of dodge. But I'm not sure they're aware of this presence that's already up through market. We have two playing this back site, and honestly, Foe and Illvision have shown us a clinic on this site at times. So definitely a scary prospect, but he's caught with the smokes out. But now they're very aware of it, and Foe is able to recover that kill nonetheless. And there it is, the spam's coming right on through, caught out with the dart in hand. 30 HP left onto the site. They're gonna have to close in on this one pretty soon as the rotations are coming through, and Rimuru putting a wrench in things over towards defender spawn, and right now Storch is stuck. Trying to gamble between both spots here, but as the peaks come right on through, Rendezvous are making it so difficult to find these 1v1s, and now it's Luck in a 1v3. Foe peeking towards the stairs, and there's a triple peek out from Rendezvous. And a fourth round on the board. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I loved that round. Unfortunate. they were cornering GM, right? I mean, Storage getting stuck in lane, he was surrounded by all sides, and then you had Luck stuck in logs, same thing. So, not great positioning on the side of GM, but beautiful round on the side of Rendezvous.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Now, what's a little surprising to me so far about the way Rendezvous are playing this defense is Wildray isn't going for those aggressive off angles he usually does. He's playing towards the site and looking for picks as an anchor, you know, which is definitely a switch up from the regular style. And I like that they're trying to change it, but it hasn't been working too much so far. A lot of times he either tries to go for a pick, doesn't get it, or he just gets picked himself. And there it is, Rimuru, always good for one there. Looking for this position, he's gonna come through, and he's gonna have to get the res off, and Foe, he does get the cat pick, and that opens a window of opportunity to get this res, and Rimuru getting ahead of the retake here, but Juan trading him right out in ill vision. Looking to deny the information from the spy cam there, but he's not aware of the positioning. And the trade comes out from Knights, but there it is!
There it is.
Gets the clutch, and that evens things out here, Faye.
Huh. I mean, that was perfect. Beautiful take from GM. Even more beautiful retake, though. I mean, Rendezvous did really good. I love, you know, Knights. He's not one of those players that you get to see those big rounds from very often. So to see him pull out a clutch, you know, it's definitely a treat, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the ultimates here. Definitely a lot in store for the side of Rendezvous. They do have the Hunter's Fury on GM, so looks like they want to try to go for that post plant.
They do have 4-4 open as well.
Mm-hmm.
See.
I'll handle this.
Ooh. Serenity is trying to get that insert into B, but Rendezvous is not giving up the site.
Yeah, and we have another hard anchor here by Foe and Ill Vision. Honestly, I would hate to push a site with these two playing it. Vision, so good with this Odin. He doesn't have a frag yet, but this is his chance right there as it comes right on through. He gets one of them. Oh, but the paranoia wasn't enough. Luck on the entry recovers 2 kills there, and that completely shakes things up for the side of Rendezvous. Knights trying to do the damage, but the log's positioning gets spotted, and the damage isn't enough. Anguish to clear things up there. The 6th round on the board for Gentle Minions.
Last round in the half.
Gentle Minions walked straight into a trap, but Luck, those shots were great. I mean, he really saved his team from losing that round. I'm still lacking the aggression that I like to see from Rendezvous.
Yeah.
It makes me kind of sad. Like, I want to see some hero plays. I want to see them get weird.
Yeah, it definitely looks very different from them. Oh, wait. He spotted him. It's definitely an aggressive play coming out here. Similar to a round that we've seen so far, and the trades coming through. And there's that answer. But Foe over here towards mid. Cat gonna have to win out this fight here with Anguish. The 2 controllers going up against each other, and there it is. Foe, he's always good for those 2.
Foe's a great player.
Oh, yeah.
And you know he's gonna win those aim battles whenever he gets into them.
Yeah. He's the low elo 10s on this Omen. It's amazing. Rimuru gonna help trade things out there, but it got awkward for a second. Wasn't enough. Wild Ray even tagged up a lot. Wait a minute.
Oh!
Can use that.
A little bit of bait.
Switching sides.
Yeah. And I don't even know why I'm surprised either. The last series that we saw them play against Nexus, which was Monday, Foe did plays like that all the time. The aggressive shrouded steps, the crazy fake out from the shadows, and he's always getting value out of that. So, really nice round from him.
I mean, I know who to go to if I decide that I want to learn Omen.
Right?
Fun fact, I'm learning Omen.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's great. See, really, I don't know. I think Gentle Minions, I feel like they're gonna be the ones that play aggressive on defense for sure. They have that KO jet to take a lot of space.
Still in sight.
The Storch. See him going for that dart there, trying to get the spams with the Sheriff on this pistol. The Cypher is there to back him up, but as the spike rotates over towards A, this is fake pressure being applied towards B right now. And they haven't pulled any rotations. This is the setup they've had for a little while here, going into the round. KO and Jet towards A. They're going to have to isolate one of these fights. The KO with the jump spot. And presumably the flash going to come through. No one playing anti here, so this can get real dangerous real quickly. But the flash doesn't come through. They're aware of the peak. And it wasn't enough. It leaves Juan on an island here. And you start to see the rotations come through, and still a pick going on at B. And Rendezvous completely making good work of this pistol so far.
They actually knew that flash wasn't going to come through because both had been used so early in the round.
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
Rendezvous did take that fight earlier, and then they faked to rotate.
Nice trade. But Knights. Ooh.
Ooh, Storch.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
He's done it before. And they're going to have to recover that
Yeah.
spike really quickly,
10
get this
seconds
plant
left.
down. But Storch, he's on the case. They spot him up top. Knights going for the shots here, but it leaves Illvision. Sova versus Sova right now. And Illvision closing in on the angle. Oh, no!
So close.
They had the advantage in that round, and Storch gets that shot, and a beautiful round from him with that Sheriff.
Clutch.
How many clutches is that now from Storch?
At least 3
Yep.
at minimum.
What a masterclass.
They know they can't be leaving Storch to, you know, in that clutch situation, right? Rendezvous gotta make sure that he's low or he's taken out. You know, that's Sova. And he does play a more passive role, so it is gonna be hard. And they have to know going into those clutches against him, right?
Yep.
Be careful, because he can and will pull through with that.
Yeah, he's such an impactful player for this squad. He has been since the beginning of the tournament. I definitely think he's definitely up in there in the top 2 initiators, really. And so we know that Illvision time and time has had very much trouble being that type of player for the squad. So that's the difference in juxtaposition you see in this matchup. But regardless, both these teams have really good layers. A little bit of a tech pause.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on over there. Oh, it looks like a player DC'd. Oh, someone spilled water on their keyboard.
There it is.
Oh, yikes. That's not good.
Oof.
Yikes. I've done that once, so it's not very fun.
Yeah, it's scary.
Hopefully, I mean, both teams are taking the time right now to talk about what they want to do going into the next round. Especially Rendezvous. You know, figuring out, okay, how are we going to pull through with this Thrifty? But I think they can do it. It looks like we're having a similar setup to what we're used to. We got VALORANT alone toward B. Hey. Man.
Yeah,
my
I think
sushi-
yeah, I think over time, looking at this setup right now from Gentle Minions, they did this in the first round too. I think that mid is a very good option here for Rendezvous, but at the same time, it's really good that Gentle Minions are prioritizing these extremities and really trying to force that pressure because they know that Rendezvous like to play towards the extremities, right? Rendezvous is not a very mid-heavy type of team, you know, unless it's Sunset. I mean, but they go for that A pressure. They leave WildRay lurking over towards B, so they're able to shut a lot of this down, and that's a pattern that, you know, they're going to have to look into going into the rifle rounds as we get deeper into this game. You already see a 4-stack towards A main. I mean, that's something we're very used to from Rendezvous.
I definitely agree. I hope that they notice like the lack of presence in mid and they take advantage of that, right? Because I think with this map in particular, taking mid control is so important. I mean, if you let the defenders get into mid, they have so much info.
Yep.
Let's see.
There it is.
Starting here.
Cover going out.
As we say that, very heavy mid approach here. We're looking to find these fights right now. Gate crash is in store here for Rimuru. Looking to get the aggression towards the site, and there it is. The pick comes through. He's coming here for the trade towards main, and it's a nice gate crash actually coming out from him. What a crunch there. That tech that they just did on the Yoru from Rendezvous was really good. Getting the fight over there towards tree. You've got 3 bodies there. Then gate crashing to go trade out your player towards A main. So far, strategy looks really good, but Gentle Minions. Aldrone coming through. Looking to get the long range with the Marshall here as the resmoke doesn't come over towards main. And there it is now. Flash lineup in hand. Waiting to come out through door here. And you see this. It's an anti-door play. They have to flood out of heaven right now, and Gentle Minions are aware of that. As they get the tap onto the spike, Flash comes right on through. WildRay with the peek, but doesn't go in his way. And they know they're off. Tap comes right on through again. He goes for the flash, and Rimuru with the Guardian is able to do the damage. And there's the dart. That's the 3rd layer to this right here.
Ooh,
And the headshot from Illvision, and what a round from Rendezvous there.
That post plant was just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the disadvantage, but they played their numbers so well, and that is what you love to see from a team, right? You know, especially in that post plant, playing off of each other is so important. Playing off of each other's util, playing off of the numbers that you have, because they did have numbers there, and I'm so happy to see that they didn't give that up.
Yeah.
I think we're
Agreed.
seeing. Sorry.
Ooh, wait a minute. Looking for the setup. They know it's Wild Ray, but Rimuru is here to help him out. He's always good for picks
Wow.
like that, and 3 go their way. And the play gets immediately shut down by Gentle Minions. And Luck left on an island here.
Last player
They
standing.
they invested the
planted.
KO ult here.
I don't think they needed that.
They didn't. They really didn't. I mean, especially after those first 3 picks got taken off.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a waste.
I might have
But
got nervous.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no one on site. The closest person was an Omen with the sheriff. What is he gonna do against you?
Poor guy, too.
Yeah,
Just
I
all
mean,
of Rendezvous running at you.
all
with
of
the KO.
Rendezvous running at you with the KO.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Honestly, he should be honored. Like, all
Yeah.
that for you.
It's stressful. He needs a vacation after that one.
Yeah, but that does mean that Rendezvous does not have that ult to get into sight on a buy round for Dental Minions. So, I would have preferred to see it saved. We do have the Dimensional Drift, though.
I got a spear. Cutting through.
Deploying drone.
But Yoru TP comes through. You see them approaching towards the safe site. I like this too because the layers are very different here. Usually it's that Chamber and the Yoru fighting together. But this time they have the Sova here. Ready with an Owl drone as well to try to fake the pressure. And that kept 3 towards B. So right now, if the information they're getting from this Dimensional Rift on Rimuru is giving them an open sight here. But Juan with the picks through the smoke there. And even Luck as well towards mid. Oh, wait a minute, there's 2. And that makes things even all of a sudden. And it's those mid-round picks when they go your way, that's what you need. He's looking to make a go of this one as well. There's 3 and almost 4, but Serenity, yeah, taking him down.
Last player standing. One enemy
On ill
remaining.
vision.
Oh, look at this reposition. He gets up there and he's not ready for it.
Yeah.
Amazing from Ill Vision there.
You know, makes up for that other little 1v1 that we had between the Sovas, you know.
Yeah, now they're even, right?
Yeah, that reposition was great.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the timeout here. What do we think they are saying in the timeout?
I think this is definitely a really good opportunity for them to be talking about that tempo now. I think that's something that you and I speak about a lot on the Casters booth is you don't want people to run away with that game, get that momentum, and honestly have the upper hand when it comes to the mental of it as well. Because when you get late in this game, I mean, yeah, strategy is still important, and, you know, the way you work around the map, push and pull, rotations, all that's still very important. But we're deep into this game enough for both teams to understand what the tempo is, and it's up to one of these teams to make that change. And I think that's exactly what Gentle Minions is looking to do here. And like you said, and it was a very fair criticism, Rendezvous not taking the same kind of space that we're used to from them. I mean, there were a lot of B-main fights, right? Rimuru going with the flashes. They take a triple fight. They took a double fight. But I think Gentle Minions are being caught out not taking that type of fights. And that's why their mid-rounds become really hard to play around, because you're getting caught out with the space that you're giving up to Rendezvous. So presumably they're going to get a lot more blitz plays here.
I like to see maybe some mid space taken from them. I think with Gentle Minions, right, from what we've seen, maybe they're not as comfortable with those early round like aggressions. So I wouldn't give them the exact same criticism. Like, obviously I would love to see that aggression, but it's not really their play style. Whereas
Sure.
Rendezvous, I think it is something that we see from them a lot. So I'd like to see them at least take the mid presence, right?
Yep. It's a lot of aggression over there as well towards B. Very
And they
similar
give
style we're used
all
to
of-
seeing. Luck.
Yeah.
Got the Bulldog, but or Rimuru rather, gets
Yeah.
out onto the site
The
there.
Yori
What a nice TP.
Spike planted.
This retake, the only thing they can really ask for from Gentleman is just to do
Last player
damage.
standing.
And right now they're having trouble even finding that as the Flawless comes out from Rendezvous. And this means really good things for their economy as well going into this game. And it's concerning because they got onto this double-digit rounds. So this round right here is one that Gentlemanians are going to have to take as they have the rifles on board here. Because if you lose this round, you're staring down the barrel of map point already.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really disappointed, I think, because early in that round you saw Luck and Juan taking space in A main, right? Holding that, keeping that info, and they gave it up. And they got rushed from A main because of the fact that they gave up that space. Like, if you're not fighting for mid, you need to keep that. You need some kind of info.
Yeah. And you can see they're trying to go for that too. I mean, Juan and Luck playing towards that cat, they just don't want to give that up. Staying double peaked for tiles there, but Rendezvous are just not budging. They hate giving up those early round picks and taking disadvantageous fights. And that's the kind of discipline you have to have getting deeper into tournaments like this. Can't be caught out making the types of mistakes you would make in a group stage against teams that, you know, aren't as skilled. But look at this position from Anguish. Gets caught out there. Rimuru, very aware of it, the game sense. But Juan being taken down there. Gets two. And starts to follow up, and right now it's Foe in a 1v5. What a great answer from Gentlemanians here.
30 seconds left.
He's stuck. He's gonna get pinched once Luck starts taking more space.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Shadows traveling.
Trying to save the gun.
Yep.
But will
Now
they
we'll say off
let
the back
him?
of this. Yeah. I mean, off the back of this isn't very concerning for Rendezvous. Their economy is basically maxed out here, so plenty of money going into this next round to grab some rifles. But that was a round much needed from Gentlemanians, and a round very well done.
Absolutely. I think that they played that really well. Them taking that mid space, it's almost poetic, right? The round that Rendezvous goes mid, so do Gentlemanians. And I think because of that round alone, we're not going to see Rendezvous hitting mid again anytime soon.
Yep.
Because they don't know that that was a one-time deal.
You want to play? Let's play.
The 5-stack over here towards B. They have the utility to make it happen. 0 point comes through, spots Sova over towards that defender spawn. So you see him clearing out the site with the dimensional rift. From the shadows comes through, and the layers stack up here. Rendezvous, very clear plan going into this one, but Rimuru gets a little overzealous towards that smoke at defender spawn and goes down to Juan right through it. Hunter's Fury here. And so far starts to stack up here for Gentlemanians. It's looking good as the bodies start to fall. This take is getting completely decimated. Rendezvous looking for an answer there, and it's way too much utility to deal with. Foe looking for the 1v5. Oh my goodness. Oof. He gets 3 kills.
Amazing
But
round from Foe.
yeah,
What I'm noticing on Rendezvous, right, is they have these great ideas, but they're not like paying attention to the ults that the enemies have. This isn't the first time that they were countered like that. Because if they looked pre-round, they would have known, okay, Sova, a B player, has ults. So if we want to hit B, at minimum, we cannot plant default. And then they started to plant default. I think just a little more awareness is all that they need.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The game sense to be able to understand, go for that tap and try to bait out the ultimate. Work in their favor here, but see a lot of aggression here, and that early pick towards Cat from Rimuru there opens things up towards that tree, and you see them starting to explore it heavily now. And Serenity, by her lonesome onto the site, so gonna try to make a go of this one as Foe. He pushed towards the back site there, but Serenity really good for that one. Ill Vision looking for the follow-up, and there it is. A nice crosshair placement there, and Anguish all left by his lonesome. And the 1v4 Wild Ray. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's the operator down. Yep.
We see GM, you know, starting to close in these rounds. I want to see this win from Rendezvous, honestly. I think they've got this in the right. They have to play a little more aware. You know. I think taking some more mid space. You know, don't be afraid by the round that was lost. And it does look like we are going to see some more mid space. Happy about that.
Cover going out.
And Wild Ray getting taken down early there with the operator in hand. A lot of mid presence here though, but Gentle Minions are ready for this. You see them trying to keep that space, but they're working out to A at the same time. And so far, they're trying to find the holes, work around this setup right now. And you see Juan's very aware of the possibility here as that mid control was taken. This space converted into some very contested territory right now, and it's Knights holding on to that. Oh. What in the world? Wherever that pick came from mid, I don't know. Knights somehow finding two of those players there, but Rimuru able to use that gate crash as he hits that tripwire is really good. Keeps that body alive. He's only 5 HP, but the support's able to come out towards the site. And you see Luck looking for the entry here. 45 HP operator in hand. He spots him out there. Flash comes right on through and Foe, landing both of the ending shots there. And we are at map point.
Match point.
I know that we're seeing, you know, REBL at the top of the leaderboard right now. But when it comes to like those clutches and those multi-kills, I definitely think that Foe is very deserving of like that MVP right now. This is a great game from him. I think Knights is also doing really well. Those flashes are beautiful. I think from both KOs actually, you know, we're seeing some heavy assists on both sides. Their utility usage is really good. Which you love to see from a KO on this map, right? So KO is such a big pick here. Kyle, what is Kyle saying? Kyle's in there yelling. He's hyping them up.
He's got to be, yeah.
But yeah, that's
very
definitely
energetic person. Speaking of agents that we like here, I mean, we've got one of my favorite KOs in this game in Knights. I'm really a fan of how he plays that agent on this map. And then one of my favorite Sovas and Storch. I mean, incredibly impactful player time and time in the clutches. And like, it's a treat to watch for sure.
We don't see Yoru very often, but I'm loving Rimuru on Yoru. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And then obviously we do have the fan favorite Omen in the game as well. Like, it's masterclass.
Mini
all around.
10s.
Yeah. And then obviously the chamber player of VLE. I mean, Lotus face being taken toward A main here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love that flash.
Anguish. Gonna play the corner here, but gets flashed out by the fake out. What a nice play there from Rimuru. And you see it, the contingency comes right over towards B. Storch has got to go big here. The weight of this map starts to look like it falls into his hand. He gets spotted over there towards stairs, but Wild Ray is a little too quick to the punch, not ready to get traded out, but Knights able to get things done there. And he's going for another one there. He's a little overzealous from him, but as the plant comes right on through, he gets the reload out. Rimuru landing that first kill there makes things a lot more possible. Now they have an open opportunity to get down onto the site and crunch onto the Sova, but he's not aware. Comes out of the dimensional rift. For the shots here, he pushes full through, and there it is. Serenity keeping them another round into this game.
I think that round was so fun to watch, right? So many great plays coming through. I really, really enjoyed seeing Juan and Luck push that A main. And instead of doing like the standard flash from back on site, they took space silently. And they flashed for anyone that was holding passive. And that was perfect. And then they repositioned. And then obviously Rimuru with that play in Garage, like that B main. A great idea from English. Obviously, it didn't work out very well for him, but the idea was there. I like that.
Knife lineup. Rendezvous aware now. Gentle Minion, same setup here. You've got the KO on the Jet playing towards us, but Anguish by themselves trying to catch this B space, and it's Wild Ray. Gonna go down there and look at the instant rotations. They're very aware. They know if it's Wild Ray, the pressure's elsewhere. So Rendezvous, they're starting to play to that style that they used to, and Luck trying to look to get those trades, but doesn't go his way. So right now we do still have 3 standing on both sides, but it's been a predictable round thus far from Rendezvous. From the shadows. Not committed there. So far, very awkward mid-round. They're looking to re-clear this space, trying to find where passive info is being gained from Gentle Minions. They got to cross those boxes off, convince them a rotation's coming through, but nonetheless, look how deep Anguish is right now. So they can confidently play where they're at.
Seconds left.
They get control of the site here. Spy camp going right on through. Gonna have to stay tucked towards Jenny here, and Rimuru gonna try to be the difference maker here. Goes for the jump up. And the Cypher looking for the head of Rimuru. And right now it gets really tense as Gentle Minions come into this retake, aware that the weight of this map, their map pick, falls into the hands of this 3v3 right now. Make that a 2v3 now. Serenity take one down, but it gets so dangerous and the crunch comes right on through, and Gentle Minions live to see another round.
Thanks.
I mean, gosh, they're showing such what is the word?
Resilience.
Yes, that is the exact word that I was thinking of. I was like, it starts with an R. I can't think of it. No, but their resilience right now is amazing. I mean, they are not giving up this game. If they go down, they're going down with a fight.
Yep.
I mean, we've still got rifles across the board. Very winnable for Rendezvous. A lot of ults coming up though.
One suppressed.
I've got this mid approach, and again, the setup is the same from Gentle Minions. Just the KO and the Jet. Looking to hold the space towards A. And the last time that they made this play towards Cat, they easily got these picks. So as they start to pressure A main at the same time that they're pushing Tree here, it just becomes dangerous. And once again, Luck is just backing up into a 3-stack on Tree while he tries to fight A main. So it leaves a man advantage here, but the Hunter's Fury coming right out from Storch there does land on the ill vision. That's the planter down. And even the additional tag for 80 onto Knights as he plants.
Two suppressed.
And brings things even. And once again, the weight of this map falling into the hands of this clutch. And right now, Knights is going for that peek, but it wasn't advantageous enough from him. So Rimuru left in a 1v2 here. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Tab comes through onto the spike. He does take him down. And right now, Anguish gonna have to get aggressive through the smoke here, and she's very aware of that as Rimuru backs up, tries to go for the reload, but the shots don't come through. And the spike, the tempo gets much faster here. And you see it, gonna have to stay on to this one. The shots come through, but it's not enough. The clutch from Rimuru and taking down Gentle Minions on their map pick.
Wow.
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 What in the world did we just watch?
I mean, no, what? Great. Beautiful, beautiful game from Rendezvous, right? So Ascent is a map that we surely thought, okay, they're probably gonna lose this one, but they pulled that through and they played it well.
Yeah, and looking at this here at our post-match leaderboard, I mean, Rimuru, when does he not do this well? I mean, such a consistent player, incredible duelist, and from what I know, a very commanding voice in the comms. You know, they pulled through here. You can tell the energy's high for Rendezvous, but Gentle Minions, and the setup was looking, you know, very repetitive throughout that game. And I think that's one of the reasons they couldn't get over this. I mean, it was a close game. Don't get me wrong. We have to give it to Gentle Minions, you know, for that great fight. Well done, but I think Luck having a hard time finding that confidence, you know, getting onto the leaderboard and, you know, getting in their faces the way he usually does, you know. And even on the flip side, you know, looking at Rendezvous, Wild Ray, you know, underperformed compared to, you know, his other performances. Very severe underperformance from him, but look at the rest of his team. Knights, 21-17, 16 assists. Foe, 2 first bloods, but 25 and 15 on that Omen. And Rimuru, 1 off of a 30 bomb, 11 assists. I mean, that trio right there is dangerous.
Absolutely. I think on a day where Wild Ray is like at his peak, you know, he's performing to his best ability, Rendezvous overall is a very dangerous team. They can run away like with the win. I think even like if they end up winning today and they go to the grand finals of Zeta, I think they have a shot, right? I think it boils down to synergy. Even I mean, as we can see here, even if someone's not performing to the best that they can individually, they work with each other so well, and that's key.
Yeah.
You know, he has high expectations of his own performance, which I think is definitely what makes him such a good player.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Harbor Viper, Killjoy, the Omen, not often seen on the map, but I like it. And it kind of fills in those flashes that you're missing. Oh no, wait, no, they have Yoru. I lied. I lied. The Yoru, okay.
I think the last time they played this map, instead of Yoru, they had either a Gecko or a KO in that slot, one of the two. But I see why they're prioritizing the Yoru. I mean, it's Rimuru. How can you not?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good alternative for that flash initiator spot, because he plays base just the same. You saw it on, we'd see it on Breeze a lot, where if teams wanted to run the Harbor, they would run a Yoru with it. I think it's you know, it's good. It works, and he's strong on Yoru. So.
Yeah. Another thing I want to note here too is Jewel on the side of Rendezvous is slotting in here for Knights onto this Viper. And just from talks with Jewel personally, I have heard a lot of excitement on the Viper prep. So I'm excited to see what Jewel's got planned for us here.
I think so. Obviously, you know, Jewel and I have played together on a team, and we put her on the Viper on Icebox because her lurks are so good. So I'm definitely excited to watch her today.
Yeah, that's big too. I feel like Icebox is a really good map to have 2 strong lurkers on. Like a lot of other maps, you can get away with having like 1 lurker, and you know the rest of the team's playing for that mid-round objective of causing pressure, getting picks. But on Icebox, I feel like because there's no true choke points and it's a bit of a playground in certain ways that other maps don't really have, I think that you can really, you know, get multiple lurks going.
I agree. I think getting inserted is key on this map, as well as winning your ones. And if you're lurking, you're almost guaranteed to win your one. So it's pretty good.
Going into this map here, we did get the same comp out from Gentle Minions, but on the side of Rendezvous, swapped it out and got the Yoru in play here. So I'm really excited to see how they play that. I think we're going to see the same kind of explosion when the engagements actually start in the rounds that we saw on the previous map here. Both these teams going to have to come into this confident. And already setting up for a B play here is Gentle Minions, but there's a triple stack from Rendezvous, so see them very heavy prioritizing this extremity. And here it is. It's so fast too. Very ahead there, but Rimuru getting punished off the back of that, and Jewel playing around the angle, doing a lot of damage there. And the third layer of that was ill vision, but he's going to back up here and wait for the rotations from his team. And so far, Gentle Minions handling that very well. And there's the shocks to come right on through, doing damage. And just like that, folks, we are quickly into a retake scenario. Only 3 left standing from Rendezvous, but we've seen them apply pressure very well in scenarios like this. And Foe looking to be the difference maker, cause the aggression here. That's how he loves to play that Omen, and there's the flick to come right on through in the smoke. And right now, he's a danger over towards Yellow here, and WildRay finding the next pick here. And it becomes a lot more dangerous. And right now, I don't think they're aware that it's coming from mid, but now they start to see it as the trade didn't come right on through, and there it is. What a retake from Rendezvous.
I mean, Foe with that aggression was amazing, and the read on that late lurk mid was perfect.
Yep.
I think being able to understand, you know, how this map is played, the fundamentals of Icebox, and know, okay, there is most likely someone going to be late mid, you know. That is what you need to take this map home. That's perfect.
Yeah. The nice thing, too, about this double controller comp that Rendezvous is playing is one of them can be a bit more aggressive, right? And Foe is that type of player. We know he likes to play Jet as well, so you see him being that guy that when the duelist dies, he's the next player that's trying to get into your face. And you see him on this off angle that usually Jets play up here on the Jenny. But look at this play right now from Gentle Minions, going right through mid there. WildRay able to get one before he goes down, but Foe with the Marshall close range, gonna be the second layer to this one. Misses the shots and it's too labored. Not enough to ask for.
Spike planted.
Pass. Very quickly going down there, and Jewel with the shots labored with the Guardian. And what a good follow-up here from Gentle Minions. I mean, this layup is something that you need going into this. You want to get these second rounds right now. You're down in the series, you're down momentum-wise. So you want to come in with that momentum. And Luck still progressing onto this lurk right now. Spectre in hand, but Jewel expecting the timing here. So they're going to try to get a tap onto the spike right now, but shock darts are enough. And there it is.
I mean, great round from Gentle Minions there. I think on Icebox, there's two specific things that you have to focus on. So on defense, it's always plant denial, right? Because once bomb is down, this is a very like attacker-sided map. So plant denial is so important. And then on the attacker side, it's, well, of course, getting the bomb down, but also the post plant. If you have a strong post plant, like the map is yours, absolutely.
And look at these angles, the way they're playing them. Jewel, such an aggressive style so far on this Viper, and I'm here for it. And right now they do go down though. The plan's not enough. And I like the effort there from Rendezvous, but they got shut down on that twice now, so.
Spike planted.
Nice shot there from WildRay on the Headhunter. Right now pushing through the cove here. Rimuru trying to catch a timing, and he might.
Last player standing.
Storch spots him out there. 1v3 here, gonna try to do the damage.
Teleport's ready.
Handle in hand, definitely possible. He's going to have to get a tap here, though. Force out a peek, some sort of 1v1, but I think he's trying to go for this eco damage right now. Just get the kills. There's the first one. There's the second one. And he actually has time to make this happen right now. As long as he gets this halved right here, gets right off and tries to go for the peek there. And Wild Ray!
Oh my god.
Where does that come from?
Clutch.
He clutched it.
Wow. I mean, you said it yourself. He will not let himself perform badly 2 games in a row. I mean,
Yep.
and he's proving it. You know, he's like, okay, I was toward the bottom last game. It's not happening again. Beautiful clutch. So, falter on the side of Gentle Minions. I mean, they threw a 3v1.
Yeah. Early information gathered there. Look at how aggressively they're still playing this Viper towards B. It's so aggressive every time. And Rimuru with the early mid-round peak. Look at how far up Jewel is right now. Actually might even be able to get these frags before they even come towards the B site, and there's a spike down and running straight out of there. So far it's been such a clinic watching Jewel on this Viper. So confident around this B space. And no matter how many times it fails, you want to keep that confidence going into it, and it's shutting them down pretty well this round so far.
Poison orb emitting.
"30 seconds left."
And a nice quiet mid-round here. Toxic screen goes up. Tour de force in hand. Wild Ray looking for that point of interest at this A site as the timer goes down, but it is a save from Gentle Minions here.
10 seconds left.
Oh, this series is tense, Fae.
Hey, loosen up. It's only life or death.
Securing that third round on the board there for Rendezvous. Going into this fifth round here, taking a look at the ultimate economy, we do have a Hunter's Fury from Storch. We've got the Reckoning out from Juan, so presumably going to invest that into this round. Try to secure it here because the momentum's still on the side of Rendezvous so far in this first half of Icebox and coming out of Ascent. Wild Ray taking a different approach this time. He comes right on through, hopping towards top yellow here. Now Drone spotting him out, but he's still staying on to the angle here, looking for that first pick. So far it doesn't come through, but he's getting a lot of support here. Nail Vision, the counter drone to come through, and right now the Reckoning going to force them off the site here. So right now you see this presence getting taken. Trey's coming right on through, and once again Ill Vision trying to go for that plant denial with the shock darts, but not enough here. Mid space taken. And again, it's a post plant hold here from Gentle Minions. And this time they're gonna have to be able to do it here. And that recon goes right on through, tags him through the smoke, so it makes it more dangerous, but Rimuru trying to push through the smoke there and get proactive on the approach. But right now the swarms are just enough to do the damage, and Wild Ray left in a clutch. Once again, he's done it before. The 1v2 comes out, but this time it's much harder than it was before. Tap one of the spike, and the turret comes out, and there it is, the double peak. And there's a second round for Gentle Minions. As we get a short pause here, folks, gonna figure out some technical difficulties here with our other caster.
Here. Here.
There we go, folks. And as we come out of this tech pause, I am temporarily joined with Nick here in the caster's booth. Nick, can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Yes, I can.
Good, good. Awesome. All right, so we're ready to get this show on the road, folks. We're going to have Nick join me for a few rounds here as we get into this matchup. Now, before we unpause here out of this tech, what do you think about this game so far?
It is definitely taking a very interesting turn. I really did not expect to see some of the ages we're seeing, and there's definitely been a lot of clutches, a lot of weird situations that were very unexpected. Honestly, I can see the map going either way, but I guess we'll just see.
Revealing area.
Yep. And once again, with that cascade coming through, Gentleman is looking to make some space over here towards B. Now, the pattern that Rendezvous have given so many times into this half is they like to play aggressively towards this B space, completely deny this choke point. But this time it's Rimuru going to be the one to try to make that happen, but he goes down there to Luck and Illvision trying to get that trade, but they get out of dodge. And you see them trying to listen for these rotations, look for where they're coming from, but right now, sound can't be heard here, but now Jules calling this out. Now, Foe is here backside, so he can definitely put a wrench into this one. Lockdown comes through from Gentle Minions here, but Foe still wants to get a pick before he gets out of here, and I respect it. But the Cove, not going to be able to let him go forward with that plan. And right now, we have this double flank coming through, so Jewel and Foe going to wait this one out just a little bit as it comes through, but Gentle Minions are very well prepared for that. The next layer going right into this one. Retake coming through. Paranoia activated here. Turret going to go down. Tap onto the spike. Going to confirm this one here. And they're going to have to spam through here. Ping's coming right on through. And there it is. And Jules staying on top of that one. But the headshot comes right through. And Foe, a little too wide on the angle at 410. Goes down to Luck there. And there's a third round conversion for Gentle Minions.
I'll make them remember.
Both teams are looking so nice right now. Like, it feels like not only are we seeing things that we didn't expect, like, personally, I did not expect to get to see Rimuru play Yori, but both teams seem so well prepared for this, and like they have actually practiced and know exactly what they're planning to do.
Yep.
They also, most of the players seem to be having quite good games. They're feeling themselves playing well here, they're playing together, we're seeing very good synergy, we're seeing some very interesting plays. So I'm very curious to see how Rendezvous decides to play against the Minions after the past 2 rounds.
Yeah. Very well said. And you see them trying to react to this A setup right now. They know Rendezvous are switching it up, and they're starting to get a really good read of what that looks like. But Wild Ray on that trade, does make things better. Gonna try to stall things out for his team to rotate, but Anguish with such a good lurk over there towards mid. And WildRay going for that next shot, but the follow-up doesn't come through. So Jewel trying to be the third one here. And right now, the only thing that Rendezvous can ask for in this round is damage, as Anguish gets that next kill.
Down.
Vision getting the trade there.
Scanning ahead.
And as the setup happens on site, nothing more in store here for the side of Vision. And Rendezvous accepting that defeat into this round and going to go down to the spike here for Economy.
The gentleman is looking they're playing so together. Like they're getting spike on. They're all trading every pick. They're not letting Rendezvous take any space. And the Rendezvous looks like they're trying to play for early picks, which just is not working right now. I'm really curious to see how Rendezvous decides to play around this, because gentlemen just look so good on their post plant right now.
Yeah. I totally agree, and I think one thing that Rendezvous actually struggle with is retakes at times. My goodness, what is that shot through the cascade there? But yeah, the post plants from Gentle Minions, definitely very potent here, so we're looking to see them try to get an answer on this one, and this time it's Rimuru behind, gonna try to cause a wrench before this retake. And there's the judge. It was labored at first, but he gets it through and almost recovers the Vandal to get out of dodge. And right now, with the Viper's Pit on site, a lot more to deal with for the side of Rendezvous going into this, but look at the space that they're taking here. And they're not quite anticipating this flank yet from WildRay. So you see them, attention is forward here, but Stort's getting that first pick, and Jewel to trade it out, and right now, Viper's Pit goes down, leaving Juan out in the open here. Gets the first pick there, isolates the 1v1, and right now, WildRay closing in, but it's labored. And Vision going for the Hunter's Fury, and there it is! Nicely done from him. And there's our fourth round for Rendezvous.
And that's exactly what I mean. That is the change they needed.
Absolutely.
Both teams are just looking so nice right now. They're so well prepared. They playing well together so much. And then even what WildRay did just there, where he just bought time for Vision to get his ult in and try to get power up there. They're just playing so well, and they have such good synergy.
Yep, you're absolutely right about that. And with that synergy going through, I mean, that's one of the things that we saw and why the three key players on the side of Rendezvous were able to find so much value in that first map. And I'm looking to see that happen here again on Icebox, and you see them prioritizing that as well. Now, with that one, folks, we're ready to get our caster Fae back into the mix. Thank you so much, Nick, for coming in on short notice.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to see the rest of the game.
Yeah, same here. Well, I'll see you on the other side, my friend. Now, Fae, welcome back here. Now, this game went two different sides here while we had that short tech pause, and some really good things to be said about Rendezvous. They found their success finally going into these retakes. One of the things that Nick and I talked about were how Gentle Minions are really starting to figure out how to play those post plants, but Rendezvous are getting a lot more proactive to the mix. So right now we're coming off the back of a defensive win from Rendezvous, and we're going to round number 9.
Hey, we love to see that. Nick, if you're watching, thank you again for filling in for me while I had to go AFK real quick. So I came back to see Vision ulting, and Juan walking straight into it. So, what a sight to come back to.
Yeah.
I'm hoping maybe let's not see that kind of thing again.
Yeah.
But I like that I came back to a 4-4, you know.
We certainly have a game on our hands.
Scanning ahead.
Recon coming right through there by Vision. Once again, trying to get that early information over here towards B, but the Cascade denying all of it as they also shoot out that Recon bolt. But there's 3 here for the side of Rendezvous, and you see them starting to play this setup on B so much more passive throughout the rounds. And it's working thus far as they're running right into it. But Vision stuck into the smoke there, and WildRay also going down. So you see Rimuru getting out of dodge. tucking tail. Also aware of that flank. The shots were a little labored there. Almost didn't recover, but that's it. Only 2 left standing for the side of Gentle Minions, and that makes this so much more dangerous here. And honestly, Faye, we talked about this before this map. They're trying to prioritize that anti-plant, and it's working out so well.
Precisely how you're supposed to take the map, right?
Yep. Ooh. Shot there from Juan. And that's what they were waiting for, too. What mistakes are Rendezvous going to give us here? Who's going to overpeak right now? And it was Foe to give them that answer. And right now, Anguish looking to get proactive to the approach. And Rimuru going down. It leaves Joel in a 1v2 clutch. And right now, the discipline not working out in the favor from Rendezvous, giving up those fights there. And Gentle Minions are able to recover that one.
I know you were talking about it earlier. You know, Foe playing Omen like a duelist, right? I mean, he's good at what he does. He's great. He's a great jet player, specifically on this map as well. So for him to be able to play Omen aggressively is wonderful. But I do think it kind of backfired that round.
Yep.
That was entirely winnable, but on Rendezvous' side, they're taking 1v1s, right? Lacking the patience that they needed to secure that round. And I'm hoping to see some difference in the rounds to follow.
Yeah. Look at Ill Vision. Already up on this angle right now. Trying to look for the kill there. But again, it looks overzealous, but Foe landing that headshot with the Marshall into Anguish. Gets that trade. So far, step 1 of that box has been checked off for Rendezvous. Getting that opening pick. Looking for the first blood, or at least trading it off.
I suggest you move.
Come on, through the extra Vandal off the map. He did not want to give them those guns.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
And as we get closer to this retake getting activated right now, Rendezvous going to find their way to slip into this one. And the guns, they know they have the disadvantage in that way. The Cascade completely denying the space over here, but he throws the flash right on through, and Foe jumping right through it. And this time the aggression wasn't enough. And the Nano Swarms on the spike does take down Jewel, and there's a 6th round for Gentle Minions.
I think something we see a lot from Jewel, right, is she lives by the statement, pros don't fake. And it works out for her, I'd say like 90% of the time. And you could see that she was doing the same thing there. But
there's that 10%.
Yeah, that 10%. With such a heavy post plant on the side of Gentle Minions, sticking is dangerous. So I don't think that she's going to be able to do that in this game.
Yeah, especially against a comp like the one Gentle Minions is playing. There's so much stall power with that thing.
They've got darts, they've got mollies, they have swarms.
Revealing it.
Yeah, stall galore.
Spike down B.
Once again, very early pick prioritization here for Rendezvous. And success at that. Rimuru going for another peek here. And that's spiked down. And the duelist for the side of Gentle Minions taken down to the tip of the spear. Very dull this time in this attack round. Anguish has managed to make some space over here towards mid. I'm not sure Ill Vision is aware of that approach though, but Foe on the counter side also making a lot of space mid. And they've dodged each other too. But Ill Vision, look at how aware he is around the angle. Not able to land the shot, but he had the right idea. And so Anguish is able to recover the space right now. Goes down to Foe. And Bubbles coming over towards this A site. And what a nice bait and switch set up there by Rendezvous. Very patiently done.
Great round by Rendezvous. They played that so well. I loved the patience that I was seeing. Of course, Foe, you know, he got a little aggressive in mid. He did get that pick, so that's great from him. And then Jewel, she did not move an inch that round.
Yeah.
And that's what you need with such a rotate heavy and like lurk heavy map. You know, you never know where they're gonna come from or where they're gonna hit.
Yep.
See, I think Gentle Minions, they want to switch up the pace, but they don't want to make it too obvious, right? Because, you know, Rendezvous are going to expect something different to come out of this round. Obviously, you know, I missed a couple rounds. I'm not sure what the early rounds were looking like. But from what I've seen, we haven't seen a very heavy mid hit. And I'd like to see like a mid split or like a very heavy, you know, hit mid, go under tube, and take B. I think the extremities aren't working out well for them, but if they take advantage of the rest of the space the map has to offer, I think they could take this half.
Yeah. That's an incredible point. I think they've been prioritizing those extremities a little bit too much. It's been working out. I mean, they're definitely up right now in the map so far, but you see that Rendezvous are prioritizing that, and I think there's a lot more they could be doing mid to take this away.
Unfortunately, it does not look like they have the same idea.
Yeah, that Owl drone's coming through. No one to shoot it out either, so they're able to spot Jewel into this one, but Jewel is still re-aggressing into this. Counter drone coming right on through. Once again, look at how heavily they want to prioritize this. These early round picks, it's so aggressive, and it's so well placed as well. It's confident. Still looking to keep the information. They have a lot of information here because of this position Jewel is playing on B. You see, they can comfortably stack towards here, and even Ill Vision making sure nothing mid is going on. So they've checked off all the boxes here, but waiting to see how this hit goes for the side of Gentle Minions because they've got to lock down, and there it is. Finally tapped on here, but Rimuru, he wants to throw a wrench into this plan. He sees 3 of them. He's going to try to go for the play here. Not sure he's going to be able to make it before the lockdown actually comes through. And there it is. Lockdown goes through. He goes for the lurker there, and that's it. Right onto Storch, and he's able to TP right back into the retake with his team. Last round of the half. Both teams looking for the early peaks coming through. Rimuru going to tap onto the spike there, taking down the mollies. And there's the turret gone, but Luck answering onto Wild Ray there makes things really difficult. And even Ill Vision struggling at 410 right now. And you see it. The shots of despair coming right on through, and it's not enough. Gonna have to tap onto it, but Bubbles with the peek towards backside, and there's a 7-5 half for Gentle Minions.
I mean, I'm a little worried for Rendezvous here because Gentle Minions, they do have a defense-heavy comp. I think there's definitely more of an attack side on the side of Rendezvous, so, you know, it's split fairly even. But I mean, Gentle Minions, right? So they have that harbor, which makes things, like, their life so much easier in terms of, you know, the retake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna expect here. I am disappointed, I think. Something I've seen through both maps so far is, you know, Wild Ray, who can usually get so much value out of the op, out of the Tour de Force. He's getting tapped every time he has one of them out. So it's just, I think GM, like, those taps that they're getting on him are so good.
Yeah.
It hurts to see.
I agree. And look how much space that they've occupied over here towards B, forcing rotations out from Gentle Minions. And they're really taking these fights. Rotations trying to come through, but Gentle Minions not budging on this A site right now.
I got the spike.
And they know the spike is here, but Wild Ray very deeply inserted into this lurk towards B right now. And he's got this space, so you hear him making that call. His team should be able to rotate back over here.
I'm too far.
Play still coming over here towards A, and Jewel landing that through 2 smokes there. Juan, the only other plan onto this site. You see the shocks coming right through, but they tap onto the spike and actually fight for back site control. And this is where you start to see the micro moments, very clinical from Rendezvous. There's only 2 left standing from Gentle Minions.
Spike planted.
Around the rope there, Storch opening this one up with the first pick, answering on to the head of Wild Ray. But Foe, very close to range here. He's been dangerous all series, but goes down, and Rimuru and Jewel with the immediate trades, and there's the pistol for Rendezvous.
So, I'm actually very happy for Rendezvous to be able to win that pistol, because something I've noticed a lot, like throughout the series, is, you know, Rendezvous are not the strongest when it comes to the pistol round. They'll lose the pistol. Typically, you know, they'll lose the next round. And then whenever they get guns is where they shine. So I like that it is a little different right now. You know, they won the pistol, and I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah, and the aggression is so far placed right now from Gentleminions. All 5 here right now. You see them trying to figure this one out, but Rimuru able to get that kill and get right on out of there. They have a free A site, and I think they're starting to realize that.
Spike planted.
Gentleminion on the attack now.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, a great attempt. They did get one gun out. Just unfortunately did not go as far in their favor as I know they would have liked. But not a bad round. Not a bad round at all. I liked the idea for sure. I think it could have been executed just a little bit better, but overall.
Yeah.
Okay. I think pushing for maybe at least one more pick before the full rotate went through would have been nice. We're seeing a lot of mid presence.
Scanning ahead.
Oh, and they're running. Never mind.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
The initiator on the side of Rendezvous caught out there, but Jewel with a beautiful trade on that Guardian. It's still such a big mid-fight. Rimuru trying to be that wrench and stop things for Gentleminions here, but the flash comes right on through, but that wall completely stops that. And very quickly, it becomes a very awkward approach here for Rendezvous. Only 2 left standing, both with Guardians in hand. And Juan is the only one here to really find out anything. So, they definitely have a window of opportunity with this. Gonna try to make some space, presumably before they tap onto the spike here, but tap comes through. Jewel watching the angles, and there it is. Entering the post plant here, Foe. Yeah.
Player standing.
They did have to get aggressive there. Okay. Come on, can she make it 2?
Ooh.
Oh, and she can't get to the 3rd. Well, I mean,
Nice attempt.
Absolutely, yeah, that was great. They got guns, right? Whenever you're in this round, the least that you want to leave this round with is to take out guns, and they succeeded in doing that. I mean, great round from Jewel there, and great round from Gentleminions as well. I think that mid aggression, I like it. I think taking that space is good. Maybe being a little more careful, but all in all, great round.
Yep, and as we enter a slight tech pause here to wait for bubbles to get connected back here. I mean, this series so far is very, very close. I mean, 13-11 on the first map, and it's still neck and neck here on the second map. So both teams showing the nerves going into this, but one of the narratives we talked about, Faye, before this series was, for both of these teams, what this spot in the bracket means is who had the most improvement so far this tournament, right? I think that Gentleminions being a team that was undefeated all the way until they went up against Zeta, and then Rendezvous being a team that got upset in their first match of the playoffs, but able to get to this spot right here after winning their rematch against Nexus. Both teams are showing that improvement, and I think both teams are very deserving of whatever they get here. Both teams are deserving of a win here, just as equally.
I absolutely agree. I mean, right, so we have Zeta. Zeta has dominated since VETO.
Yep.
So it was anticipated that they would make it to the finals. If Zeta wasn't here, I think both of these two teams would have been there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we still get to see the Gentle Minions versus Rendezvous matchup. It's something I think a lot of people have wanted, and it's really entertaining. I mean, great players all around.
Yep.
I do wonder, with this kind of scenario, it always leaves you with, okay, do we think either of these teams have the chance to beat Zeta? Do we think, whoever goes on, will they beat Zeta? Whoever doesn't, would they have had a chance to? Like, there's just so many questions because there's so many good players and good teams.
That's actually an incredible question, and my answer is I don't know. It's hard because the Zeta versus Gentle Minion series, what we talked about before that actually happened was Gentle Minions in this tournament, and I think that the community could agree with this. They were the best chance at beating Zeta. Like, out of everyone in the tournament so far, I think Gentle Minions were the folks that we had trust in beating them, and they went down like really hard. Zeta dominated them, so I don't know. I think that Gentle Minions, if they got another rematch against Zeta, I think definitely it'd be closer. I would still put Zeta on top of that one, but Rendezvous, that's a team we haven't seen against them. And I want to throw a little bit of lore into this one as well. In the beta tournament, although Zeta were very dominant, the only team that was able to take them down was a team with Wild Ray on it. Wild Ray and Rimuru, to be exact. So they were the first team to be able to pull out an upset against Zeta, and I'm going to be honest, although I still have Gentle Minions ranked higher than Rendezvous in this tournament, I actually think out of these two teams, Rendezvous is the one that has a better chance against Zeta because they've done it before.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think Rendezvous could have a shot. I think they have really good synergy, which I feel is going to be the key to beating Zeta. They rely so heavily on their individual mechanics. And their aim. Like, if you play well with each other and you play smart, you play post-point, you play retake, you play numbers, I think Zeta can be beat. And I think especially right now where they don't have Ekro, who is one of their stronger players, it can happen.
Spike down A.
Poison's off.
Again, that fight there from Wild Ray, losing it very early there from the head glitch of Storch, but Rimuru following up with that mid positioning, and Jewel's been making space over here towards B, so right now, very sparse mid-round from Rendezvous, but the fight gets taken, and what a swing. Jewel landing that one off and looking to take this B space right now.
Wow.
Look at Juan. He's expecting this mid here. I love this from Foe, though.
Who's next?
Ooh.
Here.
Honest Fury coming through, but Rimuru ready for this one. Comes right out of the drone. He's very aware of the position. He's still looking for it right now. And look at this. So aggressive from Rimuru onto this Sova. And Jewel trying to help out here. And the swing wasn't able to come through. So Jewel looking for the 1v1 here. 1v2 rather. Almost gets it there. 3 on the round, but Storch to clean that one right on up. And that's a 9th round for Gentle Minions.
This game, it just feels like push and pull. I mean, I don't know. Like, both teams are playing so well. Rendezvous, they're forcing rifles here. It looks like they gotta get weird. They gotta get aggressive. But luck on the operator. And I'm really hoping that Rendezvous are keeping note of that eco, right? Know that this operator can be bought.
Poison's off.
Heavy approach over here towards mid. Rendezvous looking to make some changes in the patterns that they've presented so far on this attack, but it's not working out so far. You see Juan already pushed up over here towards A, so plenty of passive information being gained, but Jewel is still the decisive factor here on a lurk. This time not able to capitalize. Now, these are the lesser guns in the hands of Rendezvous, so it's definitely going the way as expected, but they're going to need to find some damage because this late in the game, Gentle Minions are one off double digits. You don't want to give up too much here. Caught out with the decoy there. He's still able to recover the kill. Wow.
There's 2 guns for them to play with.
Yep.
Oh, it's just another stinger. But they do have that off on boiler.
30 seconds left.
They don't want to push for it, which I think is smart. I definitely think it's going to be watched.
Drone coming through, and they're not aware of any of the positions so far. So you see Rimuru just clearing everything, but this time planting for kitchen. So definitely a different approach than what we've seen thus far in Gentle Minions, trying to figure out how they want to approach this one. As they couple up here, the Reckoning coming right on through to get the info. And there it is. They can start to close in on this.
Such a painful spot for that Reckoning to come into.
Yeah.
There they are.
Nice scan on there too. Gets him off of the spike. And that's first kill here by Illvision. Not tapping onto the spike again. Comes right on through, and the shock dart! It kills both! What in the world?
Oh my god.
Illvision getting the clutch off of the shock dart as they swing and kill him.
Wow.
Wow. Out of nowhere, Fae. Whew.
I had absolutely no hate to Illvision, but he should not have won that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
wow. That shock dart. It's moments that like that where I'm like, okay, maybe Silva would be fun to learn. I mean, everyone knows. I think everyone in the league knows I don't touch Silva, and there's a reason for it. I don't know if you remember that one beta game.
Yeah, on Breeze, right?
Yep. My first kill
my
was 10th
goodness.
round. Oh.
Poison orb emitting.
Aggressive approach here. You see them backing off
Poison's off.
just from the activation of that poison cloud. Ooh. Peek off of that turret there. It's a really good plan so far from Gentle Minions. Making it look good. The drone coming through. Going to try to recover this weapon, but Rimuru, always that wrench in the plan. He's looking for that trade, and it comes through. And Wild Ray, as he always is, very deep on his lurk.
But Juan knows. He hears. He hears it. Oh, that shot. Okay.
What? Wait a minute. And all of a sudden, this round has completely shifted. Gentle Minions with those 2 impressive picks.
Shadows traveling. Not ready yet.
You see Foe wants to try to go for blood there, pulling out the Shrouded Step, but opting to play with his teammate here. Illvision, he does have Hunter's Fury, so they're going to have to get onto the site pretty quickly. Foe is the one on site that's going to try to stop things there. The Paranoia comes right on through, blinding onto both, and it's a classic Foe play here. They go for the TP, and it comes right on through. Hunter's Fury, right onto the spike there. Lands on the Storch, and there it is. The kill comes through, and Juan's pushing him down. He's going to have to confirm the kill pretty soon, but Illvision lands it. There it is.
Wow. 2 rounds.
He's coming online right now. I love this from Illvision.
I mean, again, you know, one of those players where you don't get to see as like a top contender very often. But wow, he's doing so good. I mean, yeah, he's 9-13. But guess what? He is the reason why this game has been turned around now. Right, Rendezvous are back. They were not looking too good for a couple rounds there, but solely because of him. And Rimuru too. He's taking some fights, but
Yeah.
you know, we have to give him his moment to shine. So.
Yes. Dimensional Rift coming through. And once again, Rimuru doing Rimuru things. Fake out gonna come through, presumably out of this one, and there it is. There's that judge right on through. Storch getting the trade, of course, but Jewel very deeply inserted on that B lurk right now as the attention shifts right on over to A. And Anguish, this time catching it out. Oh. Oh. I thought he was going to do it. Punish Fury from Storch here. Not able to find him down. Illvision with a really good reposition here, and Foe playing right outside of the smoke. Trying to look for the damage done. The shots are super labored, and Bubbles comes out on top of that one. A very uncharacteristic whiff there from Foe. Wildray, I tripped over my words here because I thought he was going to get that kill there. And the whiff central from Rendezvous.
Thanks.
I know. I talked in the beginning about the lurks that you see from Jewel, right? She's a good Viper. She has good timings, but I hate to say it. I definitely think that Anguish is just the timings are better.
That's a good
Yeah.
spot.
I agree.
On more rounds than not, we actually see Jewel getting picked out by Anguish. Which, of course, I mean, whenever you're on like a lurk roll or a duelist roll, it does suck whenever, you know, you're constantly getting picked out by the enemy on the same roll.
Yeah.
So I just want to see a little bit more patience, right? I think a slower tempo from Jewel to get better timings would be perfect.
Yep. And a very aggressive mid positioning here from Wildray. Rimuru, once again, trying to get the entry there with the gate crash, but it wasn't enough. Jewel with the trade. Let's try to make things a little bit easier here, but right now the man disadvantage on the side of Rendezvous.
I mean,
Wildray, incredibly patient too.
look at Wildray and Tuan. They're posted up. They are not ready to move. But Wildray's not gonna know. Does he check? He does. He doesn't see anything.
30
Oh, he
seconds
saw
left.
it.
First shot comes through, and there's the
No.
engagement, but doesn't go his way.
Poison orb emitting.
Have to save here.
Poison's off.
10 seconds left.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Illusion. Get your frags. Wow. I just said that I'm stumbling over my words. That the game was back for Rendezvous, but I mean, wow. It's just push and pull. Win 2 rounds, lose 2 rounds. Win 2 rounds, lose 2 rounds. So, I mean, by the pattern, this means that Rendezvous should win this round, no? Let's see.
As we
They're
say
going
that luck.
Air.
Yeah. Getting that pick towards top here. Juan, no ult in store here to try to deny this one, so getting a very comfortable control of the site here is Rendezvous. A round much needed if they want to make things happen. Stay living in the series.
I mean, if I was inserted with that
Poison
Marshall,
orb emitting.
I think I'd prefer to have someone else up there. Dangerous position, I think. Oh. And there's that lockdown. Are we gonna see lineups?
Yeah, and Joel's activated on a lurk right now too, so definitely
Yeah.
position that can come in. Takes down the lockdown pretty soon, but it's not planted for them. Gonna have to come through with this one.
No.
And there's the defuse.
If Jewel was a little bit faster and like was able to pop a snake bite onto that plant, I do know from her position, like there's a super easy lineup to do that. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
And right now in this round,
yeah,
in this round we're on the cusp of back-to-back map pick losses.
I mean,
And that indicates how tense this series is too.
yeah. We said we were gonna hit map 3, and then we said we weren't, and now once again it looks like we are.
Anyone else?
Luck going down on that repeat there. And so far, I think going into this, Rendezvous have had a hard time dealing with that operator. So this round, it's out of the picture pretty early. So, but look at where Anguish is. Just like Rendezvous, Gentle Minions are trying to take this space very early. And it gives them so much info too.
Absolutely.
And there's that mid stab taken down.
Spike down mid.
Oh my
Last
gosh.
player standing.
Yep. And on map point right now, it all falls down to Rimuru. Looks like Gentle Minions looking to see another day in this series right now. Goes for the swing there, gets the first one, but can't recover the second. And there it is. Map 2 for Gentle Minions.
Wow. I mean, we shouldn't have doubted ourselves when we said we were getting to map 3. It didn't work out how I expected, but last map was Lotus.
Yep. Which is interesting too because both these teams are pretty explosive on that map. So we're ending off this series with a really exciting map here. It's Lotus with Gentle Minions on defense. Now, looking at this leaderboard here, a lot of really good performances across the board. We were right. Wild Ray came online, definitely had a much better game, but the team overall not able to slip past the finish line here. Ill Vision also coming online here, but looking at Foe here, bit of an underperformance, and I think that alone starts to become indicative of some of the inconsistencies they had this game, and they just weren't able to get across that finish line because there were some pretty key fights they were losing.
I definitely think, you know, the Omen was a good idea. However, what I'm seeing here is, you know, there's a reason why Omen isn't played on this map very often. Like, I absolutely think, okay, there's a lot of great TP spots. You can kind of play it the way that you would play a Jet.
Yep.
But I think that you would have gotten more value out of a different agent, or even if you had actually played a Jet. It's unfortunate. I think also with this map, I believe Foe has more experience playing Jet on this map. For the simple fact that, you know, it's not an Omen map. But I think next game will be a lot better. He's definitely a demon on Lotus. I think both teams are gonna have some really good players in that map. Wow. I think I'm a little worried though. I think Rendezvous' comp on Lotus is a lot more easy to exploit. What is she gonna be on? Neon?
Neon Hover.
I know she really wants to play more Neon. We were working it into some comps. And there's no way we're gonna see Rumu on KJ. surely we're gonna see like a Yoru KJ. Yoru Raze.
There it is.
Okay.
Yep.
My first instinct was Raze, okay. Okay. Very aggressive for sure. A little bit lacking in the information department, I think. You know, they do have the Sova Dart, but that can only scan one extremity. And then the chamber trip is definitely one of the less useful forms of sentinel info on this map. Specifically because it is a 3-site map.
Yeah. And one of the last times we saw them play this map as well, back actually all the way when Nels was still on the roster, instead of that Yoru, they played into the breach here. So there was a lot more assistance that can be said for the Raze, but I think because Rimuru plays that Yoru so well and he's able to like be his own, you know, wrench in the plan, and not having to use that breach stun all the time, I think that, you know, we could really see some good value out of this as well too. There's the Fade Gecko. Yep, pretty standard comp from Gentle Minions. I actually like that a lot.
See, so I think I know Wildray likes to play toward that A to TP into the B breakable. I think we're gonna see Yor being aggressive, but obviously, you know, Raze is ultimately just better on A. So I think Yor is gonna end up playing C maybe, which is a little weird to me. Like, I don't know entirely how that's gonna work, but of course they're on attack first, so I mean, definitely an attack-sided comp.
Yeah. Now, this Fade Gecko Raze here from Gentle Minions, such a good comp on this map, and they play it so well. When I went back and looked at some of their VODs here, you know, just to prep for this game alone, I was very excited to see how they played around that Fade so much. And looking at it here, they're doing the same game plan. They've got 4 over there towards A. Cypher set up here, ready for any B info, and looks like a default here from the side of Rendezvous.
Of course, the chamber would be alone.
Yep.
And they saw the A aggression, so they're hitting C hard.
Yep.
Let us see our
running into a Cypher setup. Aldrone to come right on through. Looking for the information onto the site. There's the Shrouded Step, but right now there's a lot more layers here than there previously were. See Fade over there towards Waterfall, but getting out of dodge here as it becomes dangerous. Ill Vision, plant. Dart in 5 seconds here, so Rendezvous looking to get a little ahead of this one, presumably. And as that Haunt comes right on through, this is going to activate that retake here. Dizzy, right in hand. Bomb about to get close range, and right now, you see them checking off these boxes slowly as they come into this Gentle Minions. And right now, Jewel on very low HP, so the pistol looks very dangerous right now. And Wildray playing over here towards main, and Jewel left onto the site. Can do the damage here, but with the Wingman on the spike, gonna have to make it quick. But Storch with the defuse on the Wingman and Juan to land the bullets onto Jewel. And there's a pistol for GM.
Amazing retake. I think a very common thing that we're gonna see is Cypher is gonna get run over, right? Cypher used to be so good on this map, but it got to a point where, you know, he wasn't necessarily a viable pick anymore because people just run him over. You know, you can TP across with Chamber, you can TP across with Omen, you can satchel across, you can break the trips with the shock darts and the nades. Like, he doesn't have much value on defense anymore. So I think that they're going to be super retake heavy, which, you know, I think is good for this map, regardless.
Yep. Right now, once again, so much aggression here onto Rebel from Gentle Minions. A very classic play usually on this map here. But Rendezvous are looking to contest it this time with the pistols in hand. And they're trying to keep this long-range fight right now. That's why it's not going in their favor right now. Ill Vision looking for the follow-up, and right now they know the last one's a lurker here, so comfortably keeping their hands on that spike there.
I mean, usually, like, you're not going to expect the aggression toward A on the enemy's eco, but they do it so well, and since they did it with all 4 people, it worked out.
Yep.
So I like how they're playing this for sure.
Teleport's ready.
He's expecting that flank on him. I mean, beautiful round from Gentle Minions once again. This is setting a tone that worries me a little bit, right? Because I think that Rendezvous, like, I expected them to do their best on attack. And it is an attack-sided map, I think.
It's a pretty slow pace too. think they're looking to try to force out any mistakes.
Time to
It's a
jump.
similar pacing that they took some of their rounds on Ascent as well. So, and even on Icebox, that mid-round objective, going for these picks here, really trying to force out fights. You see them landing that damage onto CRC as well, and WildRay getting that kill on the lurk.
No charges.
That first contact came through from B, so that causes a wrench here. And they're going to have to pay attention to that later into this round as well. Look at him still on it here. Storch looking for where it's coming from. And Luck, the next one there, tries to bring out the headhunter to force it off. And that's a rifle
Last
recovered,
player
but
standing.
as CRC goes down onto the site, Luck in a 1v4 here in Vandal.
Just luck here. I mean, that take from Rendezvous. The ping that's coming across, they're expecting him there, but he's just chilling in their spawn. You're ready for someone to peek, but I hate to break it to you, Luck, no one's gonna peek.
I think it's very obvious throughout the series, Rendezvous is incredibly committed to that Yoru pick, and I think that becomes dangerous at a certain point because Gentlemanians have shown us something a little different on each and every one of these maps, but there's a similar style, there's a pattern that can be said here so far, and I think that Gentlemanians are becoming very wise to that, and I think that's why you see Rendezvous struggling a little more, having a harder time finding that value out of that pick and the style that they've been running, because there's been some congruencies in the way that they do it across each map. And they're starting to exploit that.
They're just exploding over the Cypher once again. I mean, there's not much he can do here. I like that he's got kill cam set up instead. I think that definitely works more in his favor.
And WildRay still on this B lurk.
No Gecko. No.
Cover going out.
That loss of
This time-
wingman makes this hard.
Yeah. But as they collapse onto the site, it makes it a lot easier though. But Foe still recovers 2 kills there. They tap onto the spike. He's going to have to go for a peek pretty soon here. Oh, he doesn't get the diffuser.
English.
Wow.
Wow. He shoots the wrong person. I mean,
That works.
that was definitely winnable for Rendezvous. Taking out the Gecko, you know, gives you such a stronger chance at winning that post-plant fight. But
That's a good spot.
fortunately, it just didn't work out that way.
A gift.
Yeah. I like how CRC is playing the Cypher. You know, while I don't agree with having a Cypher in the map, I think he's playing it well.
This time, Rumor winning out on that aggressive fight there towards A. Rebel control being a little more passively held from Gentlemanians in this round. And you see there's still an approach of 4 Rendezvous members towards the C site. They're trying to go for that passive information, but again, it's WildRay going to be the one deeply inserted into these lurks. So CRC going to be the difference maker here. Plays a very difficult position, and Rimuru with the wall bang takes him down.
Yikes.
My ult is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Scanning ahead.
Once again here, looking to save the rifle for luck on that side. Round conversion there for Rendezvous. Looks like we have a small tech here at CRC. Got a little disconnected there. So as he connects back into the server, oh, he already did. Here we go. That was short-lived.
Damn. Do you see right as he died there? It's unfortunate. It's okay, you know, GMs still have the upper hand in rounds here. But unfortunately, the buy is very broken. Once again, they're just leaving CRC alone.
Yeah. This has been the pattern, you know, so far in this game, too. They're very heavily prioritizing this rubble control, but I noticed off the back of it, too, they break that breakable door, and they immediately have 2 ready for that B contact. So they're really prioritizing this A-B extremity of the map. And so far, I think Rendezvous not aware of the fact that they can really exploit this C site, but you see 2 players walking up towards B this time off the back of that aggression. And this time the Fade with a fast rotation and waterfall. Looking at these rotations, you see Gentle Minions are anticipating this side of the map right now, as Anguish is very deeply inserted towards that rubble space. I have to say the approach here is a little too slow from Rendezvous. And Gentle Minions are a step ahead here.
They're giving you so much info.
Yep.
Okay. We've got the dimensional drift. And right now,
And he's been making a lot of plays with that one. This time getting off the site. Showstopper coming through from Luck here. Looking to make a dent into this one, but Illvision left onto the site. It's so difficult to deal with right now. The retakes are just so strong for Gentle Minions. All the bodies dropping right now, and Rimuru, the last plan that they had here.
I mean, wow, that retake. I'm surprised, right? Rendezvous. They were out, but they weren't fully committed to the site yet. They didn't have bomb down, and Rimuru saw, okay, we know Cypher's set up here, and the other 3 are in Waterfall. But they stayed. And like they had the Omen ult like at the time. They could have played something fun there. They could have done something unexpected. But they committed.
Yeah. And once again, heavy prioritization over here towards Rubble. And the second step here is always that Prowler to go towards B. And you see them really desperately grasping for the control of this space right now, and as the paranoia comes right on through, the plan is to really go into this one, but they're poking and prodding, and so far, I mean, it's looking really good.
A lot of damage. Oh, wow.
Yep.
On both sides.
And look at how deep Wild Ray is, too.
Them run.
From the shadows, spotting him out. He's going to have to get out of dodge here on this one, but Thrash is available for the side of Gentle Minions, but on the counter side, we do have the Hunter's Fury for Ill Vision, so both teams, big stall potential going into this, so gonna have to get ahead of this one pretty quickly.
Not ready yet.
We have Jewel at 4 HP.
There's a Thrash coming right on through. As it goes, they're looking for where the positions are at. Buffo not gonna get spotted on this top box, and he's the one, he's the difference maker to play onto the site. And he drops down off, able to get that first pick there, and the wingman gets spammed right off of there. No Vision playing into the corner there, but Wild Ray landing all 3 kills there. Not aware of his positioning onto the site, and there's that third round for Rendezvous.
That was all Wild Ray. Like, that positioning was so good.
Yep.
And that round, they needed that round. It was definitely a morale booster. You know, okay, we've got this round. We're getting close. It's only 4-3. It's anyone's game. I want to see CRC taken off of that C site or helped in some way. I mean,
You want to play?
that is
Let's
so
play.
sad.
And once again, very early play, but this time Gentle Minions doing a good job of trying to punish it. But as I say that, Jewel with a nice flick there in Anguish to follow up, and that's a rifle recovered right now. But Illvision has an answer there, and that's a good pick from him because that does even things out. But look at where Rimuru is. All the way deeply inserted. So right now, he can change the course of this round here. Make things much easier going into this. Oof.
CRC is gonna get shot. No, he's gonna get knifed.
Oh.
No, he's not. Oh.
Backed off just in time. Still have that Hunter's Fury too on Illvision. Planting for defender spawn here. Very aware of the potential lurk here. As Wildray was the one that went down A lobby as they were pushing. So see them trying to clear this space. All boxes checked off here. Flash comes through. Nothing there. Hunter's Fury still in hand. Gentle Minions trying to find out their way of working into this one. Very quietly. They approach defender spawn here. They hear the jump spot come right on through this. The flash. He takes the first one down. The Illvision, the last one left into this. Going for the dart here. Very weird. He's getting off there. Not going to have to swing it. And the second tap going to have to come through. But there it is. He taps onto the spike. He went too far. Oh, no. What has happened there?
My gosh. And he still used his ult.
Ooh.
That one's unfortunate.
Yeah, that one stings the mental for sure.
I mean, I can definitely imagine, you know, this is the moment where Wildray gets that kind of angry tone, but he's gonna tell Illvision, like, it's okay, you know, we got it, we got this in the bag, it's fine. I definitely think that they support each other really well, so
Yeah. And once again, it's every single round. They don't want to give up that rubble space, but this time it's a lot more reserved approach from Rendezvous here. So the Gentle Minions are reapproaching into it as well. Jewel, showstopper in hand, looking to make a take for this A site. And for one of the first times, they do successfully get towards here, but Anguish in the dark cover. Gonna try to go through once the plant comes through, and there it is, Jewel taken down. And Foe does get a follow-up here, but the picks are all coming through. And right now, it makes it very awkward. Illvision with the nice shots. Once again, the shock dart coming through. And the recon just wasn't enough for him to get back into that one. And there is a 6th round on the board for Gentle Minions, and they're starting to run away with this one.
I'm so happy. I've been watching CRC, like, just rooting for him to get his first kill, and he did it.
Yep.
I'm so proud. I hate to see people when like in the games whenever they're not performing to their full potential, because I'm like, I know you can do this. You are better than this. I definitely think the same with Rendezvous right now. Like this is absolutely winnable. They are great players. They have great synergy. They've got this. I think they need to find a way to combat the retakes on the side of Gentle Minions, because those retakes are so good. But how can they do that? How can they fight that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a big pace change needed here for Rendezvous. It's very obvious, every pattern that they have over towards Rubble. I think that there's a lot of things that can be said about, you know, pushing and pulling these rotations and going towards B maybe a little more often for Rendezvous. Maybe trying to find that entry onto C. It's usually only Cypher there, so we haven't really seen it too convincing so far from them. They've tried to fight that Rubble space so many times, but the way that Gentle Minions are stacking the utility there, it's so hard to take that space.
What I'd like to see is their lurks, right? So Rendezvous, they're getting their lurks so deep. Send bomb with them. Like, pull off a heavy fake and send your bomb with the lurk. I mean, Especially right now, you know, you get that omen orb, you TP on the site once bomb is getting planted.
Here.
Like, that's such a perfect fake.
Here.
Yeah, and once again with the judge, Rimuru is looking to make that play that he usually makes here. And his CRC is looking for an Anguish is the next one there, but the judge, not enough bullets to get the job done. And Wild Ray, another lurk over here towards this B spot. Spots the barrel, and there it is. A side open here, and they're still in this position. They went for those picks on C, try to force the rotations out. And now they're making a go of this one.
Teleport.
That is a free A site. So his smoke was not placed correctly. Jewel 1 HP.
Oh my goodness!
One enemy remaining.
Whoa, what are these shots here? Jewel
Last
with
player
2 nice
standing.
shots onto the Deagle there. And even the paint shells landing to finish off the round. What a round from Jewel there.
Wow.
It seems these strangers want me dead. Eh bien, they're not supposed.
I mean, definitely a risky play from her. I'm surprised that she didn't get punished for that. But a great round. I wanted to know, I've noticed I don't know English. I've never really spoken to them personally or seen them play much, but they have very good sportsmanship, which I like.
Yep. Good luck. A little early there. Anguish getting that first pick. Wild Ray instantly getting taken down, but look at how aggressive Rimuru is trying to get this trade right now. It's desperately coming through, but again, see them heavily prioritizing this mid space, and they still have control over towards a REBL. Right now, the only real option is to go C. I think they're realizing that, but they're realizing it too late. Spy cam gets tapped here. And pretty soon, the information starts to gather.
English and full. Buffo made noise. And he
CRC on the case.
the vision. He gets to see it front and the back.
Yep.
Wow. Great round from English there. He's proven to
Last
definitely
round
be a
in the
very good
half.
lurk. I think there's definitely some good lurks throughout the league. People that get really good timing, but I mean, no hate to any of the other like Sentinel and Smokes players that play that way, but I definitely think he might be the best one that I've seen. His timings are so good.
Take hold.
And again, you see that heavy lurk towards B here by Wild Ray. Done it a few rounds here now. And honestly, I think it's safe to say for these past few rounds, Rendezvous look like they have no idea how to deal with this aggression from Gentle Minions. But Rimuru, there's your answer. When he's hitting shots like that, there's nothing else to be said. And Juan gonna try to be the follow-up there, and he does exactly that. But Illvision landing off the trade here, but Anguish with this from the shadows of the tree here. Gonna try to make the damage, and that is spiked down.
A.
And Foe.
Foe.
Yep.
Just human.
Wonderful
Switching
half from
sides.
both teams. How is this gonna work? We're gonna have the fade and raise towards C. I mean, on the defense. Okay, so we're seeing a different. I feel like with Wild Ray, we see him most often putting his TP into breakable. I think we've seen the waterfall TP a few times before, but throughout the history of the season, I think he gets punished a lot more on C. I
Yeah.
think there was one round. I vividly remember him getting tapped with an operator in this exact spot. It was such
Yep.
a devastating round too.
One enemy
Oh my
remaining.
goodness.
Okay.
Rimuru landing 3 there with the Ghost. And Wildray getting one of his own. They've just completely decimated Gentle Minions over towards Mao in this round. And with the other 3 here to get the answer towards B.
Wow.
I mean, that was quick.
Rimuru is wow. Just his shots are so good. I mean, he's died the most in the game, but he's getting so much value out of the pushes he's doing to die like that. I mean, what do you do to combat a Yoru that runs straight at you and gets 3 of your teammates?
Yeah. And only Cass can do that too.
I mean, yeah, I definitely don't see anyone else that can do it that well. So seeing a
They're moving
hard B, but
Yeah.
yeah, to come behind them.
Yep.
No, they're continuing to see.
Ooh.
Okay.
They found the hole here, but Wildray hears all the noise too. And he's mounted, so he can try to stop the plant there, but they spot him.
Spike planted.
I actually really liked this play.
Ooh, not aware of the positioning there. A little too quick on the approach. And right now,
Oh my god.
yeah, and with that rifle recovered, the Storch is able to do some really good damage here, so makes it very difficult here. Jewel, you see them switch the weapons there. Rifle in the hands of Jewel. Wildray trying to look for the answer here, and it's not enough. What a thrifty.
I mean, not the first time tonight. We know Gentle Minions know how to pull through these second rounds. That was such a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the aggression. You hear teams constantly talk about take aggression on C-site, take aggression, and a lot of times teams aren't able to do it the right way. You know, they don't get the value that they need. But here, I think Rendezvous not checking that close angle, that was the round lost. That moment. A lot of damage done by Rendezvous.
Oh my.
Okay,
My
Jewel.
classic does not do that.
Mine does not either. That might be a lie.
CRC.
I remember, yeah. Let's see. No.
Somebody's there.
They know all 3 Rendezvous members are on B.
Mm-hmm.
Anguish with the lurk.
Yep.
Every time. He gets both here.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
Yes. I mean, the masterclass is, you know, that's all I can say. Wow.
Yeah. I love how Gentle Minions play this map. I mean, they have a very good idea of how they want to control the tempo, and you see it every single round. I think so far, even though they're only in a 3-round deficit, I'm still not convinced Rendezvous has found an answer. Operator for Wildray. I had to have gone right through him.
He misses.
Remember layer number 2.
I want to see Rendezvous win this. I think, though, a really big win condition for Rendezvous is wild rate and his op.
Cover going out.
Gentle Minions are so deeply inserted in these lurks too. You're just reading Rendezvous like a book here.
Player standing.
Jewel trying for the shots, but Anguish so much better on the approach. And CRC coming online that round too.
Nice
Flawless in
little
10th round on the board. Yeah.
And this leaves Rendezvous pretty broke.
Mm-hmm.
All the time out. What are they talking about? Please, Kyle, give them an answer. They need it. I mean, what do we need to see? We need to make sure that all of our bases are covered, right? So you get your raise toward A, being a little aggressive, maybe your Sova as well. You get your chamber. I think, honestly, you could get your chamber placing trip on B and then playing out breakable to take the fight with you in A. And then you have your Yoru and your Omen maybe towards C. At least, like, in a close round, they could play across on C. I think is really strong, especially because they both have get out of jail free cards. I don't know. They're just leaving so much open space for gentle minions to take.
This goes here.
I like this plan for their eco, the stack on B. And you can see the pings coming through for gentle minions.
Shadows traveling.
Oh yeah! Monster on
Yeah, and the
loose!
pressure is super on this flank right now too.
And
Not
they
sure they're
know.
fully aware of it yet. You see the Thrash coming forward, but shots coming on through. Rimuru able to recover too. So, even fight going back into this, but...
They don't know Wild Race behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they do!
They have to deal with him soon too. He took down the wingman, and that's the plant down, but they still have a lot of time into this round to work with. First shot comes through from Wild Ray, but can't recover the second. And not a lot left in the chamber here. He's gonna have to be careful. Ooh,
One enemy.
it's
Three
the first
bullets.
here.
But he can pick up a Vandal. Full util. Use it.
Revealing area.
Don't go into this dry.
Yep, and Luck, he's playing it very patient. Just waiting for the peaks to come out. Aldrone comes right on through. He's looking to try to timing around it. Misses the tag, so that does give Luck a chance to reposition here going into it. Checks around the bend here, and pretty soon he's going to understand. It's right behind him. As the spike starts to go more, he misses the shot. That was the window of opportunity here going into the clutch. And now Luck just needs to play for time here. He's going for the spam, and there's no time left on the clock to get this defuse, and there's the clutch from Luck.
I mean, that postman, that playing for time was amazing.
Yep.
I feel like especially whenever you have a raise, right? Usually those flashbacks are used to get into sight. So I think the fact that the heavy flank came and Luck didn't have to use those flashbacks to get into sight. That definitely was the win for them. I think if he didn't have those flashbacks, it would have been a lot harder.
Cover going out.
And they were getting aggressive towards C.
Pretty soon they're going to realize that tour de force is probably posted up towards A there with the triple fight happening C. So Foe, the only one here to watch out for that B aggression, but the only thing he can really do is try to deny that plant through the smoke, but right now, moving through there, with his knife out, Storch going to get caught out here. And so far, body's dropping for the side of Rendezvous, but Ill Vision does change things up just a little bit. And so far, the pressure of this series, the pressure of their life in this tournament is on the line in this clutch alone. They lose this, and I mean, it's looking real grim. Foe pushes right through the smoke there, and there's a shock dart. Gets both kills. Right now as they're on the spike, aware of where the second one's coming through, and that's it. What a nice round from Foe there.
Wow. I mean, He plays in the smoke so well. Like, and that, I mean, that's just it. Just the way that he plays in the smokes. Oh.
Snuff them out.
I'll return.
This time, the approach into this for Rendezvous is a lot more sparse. But you see Gentlemanians stacking 4 here on the side of A, and all that information is gathered. He's got the judge in hand again, looking to make the same play he's been making here. He's trying to isolate one player, and he's done this successfully almost every time thus far. Looking to get a push out in this one. They're going to go for the first shot, but this time he's not good for it. Wildrate going for a shot towards B, but that opens up the lurk from CRC. Jewel trying to get the shot there, but the discipline wasn't there. Wildrate still trying to find this lurker here, but the pressure is coming over towards C, and look at how deeply inserted Anguish and Juan are. I'm not even sure they're going to be wise to this one. Illvision looking to be quicker to the approach, but
Spike planted.
Teleport's ready.
the attention's over here towards C. Yep.
Stealing sight.
2v4 much needed too. Being on to the site here, operator in hand, and that makes this so much more difficult as the utility comes out and starts to stack up. Foe goes down, so does Wildray, and here we are, folks. Map and series point for Gentlemanians to secure second place, to secure a ticket to that grand finals.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, broken by on the side of Rendezvous once again. And in the last, potentially last round. Definitely makes things more difficult for them. However, they do have that showstopper. They do have that Hunter's Fury as well.
Yep. And Rimuru was looking to get ahead of that there, and this time was very successful. Getting early pick into the round. Illvision. Tree by his lonesome, but you see off the back of that kill at B, they have to confirm this space, re-clear towards it. Make sure not too much of it is given up. And Wildray posted this deep on C. So Rendezvous, they've got all the information right now. Don't want to be too quick to the approach, and Storch working off the sound cues here. That's a step towards the B site. They're very aware of the Yoru still in this space right now. And they're waiting for a peek to come through. And it does happen. He's got to back up off of it. And that he does. Gets away with his life, but that confirms a hit onto this B site. And Wildray is still on that lurk too.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Jewel taking him down there, and Foe over there from Breakable. They do the damage here, and Rendezvous live to see another round.
This is a stressful game right here.
I feel more stressed than the players.
It definitely feels that way, but I'm sure they're very stressed.
Oh yeah.
Teleport's ready.
We have Showstopper on both sides. We have Thrash. We have Neural Theft. We have Hunter's Fury. There's so many ults on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Rimuru didn't buy shield. But his teammates didn't buy him.
This is interesting right now. Wildray looking for that opening shot. He does get it. Rimuru went down, but they're closing in on the C side as the Thrash lands here. But the Neural Theft comes right on through, didn't confirm it. And Illvision recovers two there and gets the Hunter's Fury off the back of that. And he has completely helped this round. They're going to have to get aggressive here, find a pick. And that's what Storch is looking for right now, as Wild Ray goes into it, but Gentle Minions get the picks that they need, and that is it.
Wow.
Our grand finals, folks. Gentle Minions versus Zeta. Rendezvous have been knocked out.
Wow. I mean, two great teams that both played so well. But Gentle Minions were able to bring it home.
Yep, and what a performance here by Anguish as well. And we've said Anguish's name so many times this series too. They're such an impactful player for this squad. Even Juan as well, just consistently in one of those top 5 spots in the lobby. And Wild Ray definitely coming online later into the series here. Rimuru, you know, doing well as always. Ill Vision having one of his best series so far in the tournament. Every player here, I think, has a lot of good things to walk away from in this series.
I agree. I mean, wow. Great. I mean, so many players did good today. We had Storage popping off second game. We had, what is it, Knights and Foe popping off first game. And then this game, it was Anguish. Also, Rimuru has been doing well consistently.